great to have the opportunity to share thoughts and ideas in a really open forum with colleagues from across the university.
What we're seeing in the room with this group in particular is people waking up to their power of what they can talk about, their expertise, their knowledge, and seeing the ways that they can influence society.
For years, I wanted to contribute my voice, and as I think I mentioned to everybody after the first day, I went home and said to my husband, this was one of the best days of my life.
It really is a fellowship. The merging of so many different forms of thought leadership, so many different people from disciplines across our campus who have incredible ideas and incredible stories to tell.
That one person, it just takes one, that one person who made a statement and got the rest of the people to talk.
In the university, we're uniquely situated to take on, to try to take perspectives other than the one we came in with. The question is like, how do we do that? And can we adapt our most deeply held values to a changing world?
So if we're going to be a global university, we need to have diverse perspective.
In order to maintain the excellence that we have, like, our ranking as a, important university, world-class university, I think the danger is in not changing.
Many of us in the fellowship got together and started talking about many of the things that are going on here at Yale.
There was a dispute by one of the housemasters about Halloween costumes that turned into an issue about freedom of speech, which then erupted into this issue of students not feeling like they were heard.
We sat down in people's houses, conversed over email and phone, and came together with a piece that we thought was something that would, challenge people and challenge faculty specifically, and hopefully challenge our leadership as well.
It started out sort of like fire and brimstone, and thanks to Anise, and then through the...
And what ultimately emerged from a lunchtime conversation got published in the Huffington Post.
What are the laws regulating our urban public spaces that are really having a pernicious effect on homeless people? I'm a scholar of LA, and so it's been really, really great to now have a megaphone at the LA Times, which is reaching the very audience of people that I most care about in a geographical sense.
I have stage 4 colon cancer. The piece that I published is a graphic short story about what it feels like to be sitting in the chemotherapy pod with 3 other people. And there's a single nurse, so she's going around, buzzing around, seeing me, seeing the person across from me, next to me, diagonally across, and they were talking about poor people and how they feel that some people take advantage of the system. And it was a moment for me where I thought, gosh, I don't really want to engage in this conversation. And so it was a pivotal point for me in how I think about those other people in chemo. I am an empowered cancer patient. I am also a pediatrician, so I can see things from both sides of the stethoscope.
It was really nice to open my email one day and find an email from a woman who identified herself as an agent. She had read one of my pieces in Cognoscenti and said that she had gone and looked up my other stuff, and did I have an agent, and did I want to be represented?
I was interviewed on local TV.
You are an HIV negative person. You can take a medication to actually prevent you from acquiring HIV.
People come up to you in other spheres of your life and he says, hey doc, I saw you on TV.
The motivation for the footnote article was we need more dollars to do science, but we also need to use those dollars wisely.
And it was on the cover of their science vertical for HuffPo.
She said it's got the highest number of hits and page time in any article that they've had, and I didn't anticipate that. It was very nice.
What happened after I wrote the first piece is that the editor wrote to me and said, Joan, what do you think about the recent surveys that have been done showing that more Americans are afraid and they're not going out of their house? And she then said, can you write a piece for me on this? And I was like, wow, okay. When do you want it? And she's like, can you have it by the end of today?
Our goal is really to have the best ideas possible in the public conversation by really widening who gets a chance to have a public voice.
I can tell you what's come out of these conversations. The most heartening has been this commitment from the administration to fund a center called the Center for Race, Indigeneity, and Transnational Migration. So this new center will be a kind of clearinghouse to discuss these issues from across the campus.
As I started to see my work being picked up by major news outlets, it has given me the courage and the confidence to submit my peer-reviewed journal articles to the top-tier journals in my field. Intended impact is to broaden our voice outside of the academy, but it's actually given me some tools to be more powerful within the academy as well, and I'm really grateful for that.
Last week, a story came out in the media about black holes colliding and sending gravitational waves out into the space-time continuum. And when I think about what public voices really is, it's exactly that. It's filling black holes with ideas, having those ideas collide, and sending ripples out into the universe that can really make a difference.